remember the time when we fell in love? You remember the time when we first met, girl?
So if by some strange reason you don't know that yesterday was August 25th, it is now the 26th. Yesterday was August 25th, and I've just been thinking about it. It's just so many things that I wonder about, and on top of that, they posted rare photos of Aaliyah. It's been 22 years since Aaliyah has been. It's just really crazy that it's been that long. Something that I think about a lot is, what if she just would have listened to Dame and not have went to the Bahamas and to not have got on the plane? What if she would have listened? Would she still be here? I believe she would be here if she would have listened. Just set her pride aside and just took a break. That's all that was needed, was a break. They were working her like crazy. She felt that was... It was just the people around her making her work that hard because they needed... What if her family would have went? I believe Diane would have not let her daughter get on that plane if she was scared. I could just see the way Diane is, and she seems like one of those mothers that don't play about her kids. And she will straighten things out. And that's probably why they didn't want her there. It was a reason why they didn't want her family there. They would have stopped that from happening. And honestly, I think that someone close to Aaliyah and her parents must have made them feel safe enough to send their daughter out alone or with that certain individual for them to not have went with her. Because at first, I didn't believe that they went everywhere with her. I thought they were just saying that. And I still don't think that they were always with her. I do think that they were with her most of her career, and they should have seen something wrong with that. The brother was busy. The parents was busy. They always go with her. It would have been totally different. She probably would still be here if her parents, her brother would have went. When you really look at it, it'd be the littlest things that could have stopped this from happening. Aaliyah listening to Damon, if he really told her not to get on that plane, not to go to the Bahamas. Hype just wanted to spend more money on the video. If she would have listened, she would probably still be here. If her parents and or her brother would have went, she would still be here. Her family wouldn't have let her get on that plane. It's just messed up how they did that vulnerable girl. Another thing is, what if she never took that allegedly? Clearly, she was comfortable enough with someone enough to allegedly take a pill and to fall asleep through all that chaos. She had to trust that person. But what if she would have just stayed awake and fought that situation out? I always sit here and I'm just like, what if, what if, what if? She even had a song called What If. I wish that someone would just come out and answer these questions. Someone who actually knew her, not just some random fan. I want to hear it from someone who actually knew her, who was around her, enough to answer these questions. It will always be a cliffhanger. No one will ever vouch for her and say what happened. And I just seen the video that surfaced of her manager saying that they her. I believe that manager. No one's going to make a strong accusation like that unless it's true. The way she was mistreated down there. It was just a post on Instagram. I'll do a voiceover for that. On this day, August 23rd through August 25th, 2001, at night, Aaliyah and her senior staff stayed in luxurious $325 a day 2-bedroom villas, elevated above the khaki-colored sands on pedestals. It's rumored that during Aaliyah's stay, the plumbing for the rooms were not working properly, prompting one reason why they could not wait to leave. As tired as she was, Aaliyah was always goofing around, joking, and smiling, says makeup artist Stacy. Basically, I heard that the toilets were messed up, no warm water, barely food, something like that. They should have did her with the highest, most respect. They did her dirty. They did everyone dirty. She was the nicest person. In my opinion, everyone went against her. If you look at the picture of her on her yellow scooter, she doesn't look the happiest. She didn't look the happiest being in the Bahamas at all. She didn't look happy when she was getting her makeup and hair did for the beach scene. That time for her just looked miserable. Her last performance looked miserable. When she was backstage after her last performance, she looked bothered by something. She had her face buried in her phone. She was brushing off the camera. She was brushing off the lady trying to talk to her. I also want to know how Lenny Kravitz heard about her needing a plane. Unless he was close to her. If he was close to her, he knew her personally, then I understand. Now, I was doing a little bit of research on spiritual, and one of the things out of spiritual murder was clearly there were some people around her who hated her. It's because she was so successful, and I think that she was going to be leaving a lot of people behind. And she was going to take all of that success and just do her own thing. I think she was going to buy the rights to her music. So that would be a reason for them to hate her. You know, they wanted to control her. But as she grew up, they knew they couldn't control her anymore. If there were men on her, that's pitiful. That's sad. If that's the case, and Timbaland started to hate her, that's sad. But I think hate played a big role in her death. You probably could have been the meanest person on the planet and she would still love you. That's just how she was cut out to be. She didn't like she would make you apologize. She made apologize because he was making fun of a co-star. She didn't play that. But what's life without a little hate? I also think about the full life she left behind. She was only 22. She was literally only 3 years into her 20s. Like, let that sink in. She didn't even get to experience the rest of her 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. She was taken from us at the age of 22. It makes you really appreciate life. Aaliyah wasn't meant to go. It wasn't God calling her back. Just ungrateful people. And the evil ones, they're gonna go to, especially the ones who had something to do with her, because it just wasn't her time. She was 22, still conquering the world. She was just gonna take off with her career. Some people didn't like that, so they ended her life. You can't get that back. It's unfortunate. I just feel so blah when August comes because I automatically think of Aaliyah and her suspicious people around her being snakes, them having something to do with her. Mary J. Blige told everything, and everything she is saying is key. There's nothing more to it. Her people wasn't her people. Everybody she was around just wasn't with her like that. And I don't trust nobody. Damon, he's speaking out against people. I don't trust him either. The people who walked away and didn't get on that plane, Fatima, Derek Lee, Hype Williams, they're all fake. Hype Williams is the fakest. He has no right posting Aaliyah. And I don't know why people don't tell him that. Like, when they see it, stop posting Aaliyah because you stole that plane from her, allegedly. But God rest her soul. I didn't want to post on that day either. It's bittersweet for me. It's a sad day. And I try not to look at it like that. I try to be positive and be excited because, for one, I know they're going to post unreleased photos. And I'm excited about that. But that doesn't help because her life was taken. It'll never compare to getting her back. Dreams are the closest thing that I'll have to her or to meeting her. So yeah. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. There's so many other questions I can ask and thoughts that I have on my mind, but these are just a few. What are some thoughts that you have about Aaliyah or questions that you would like answered? Leave them down below. I just really wish someone would answer them. Everyone just wants to leave subliminal messages and not just say what it is. Anyways, that'll pretty much wrap it up for this video. Aaliyah, we miss you. We love you. If you love Aaliyah, like this video. Comment down below what you love most about her. Also, rest in peace to the 8 others. Because I feel like Eric Foreman was a real one to Aaliyah. I feel like he was a real one. And that's why he was on that plane. Even the pilot. Because the pilot had nothing to do with that. So, rest in peace, Luis Morales. You are loved too. Period. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now we're drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know deep inside. So what's you? What we been through?